So, yes, please tell me about yourself.
Yeah. My Yeah, my name is Neha Chakkanava. I have a 4 years of experience and I have worked in two different organizations. In my first organizations, I have worked on both front end and back end. For front end, we used GWT tool and HTML, and for back end, there I have used Java 8, Core Java, Hibernate, Postgres, and Oracle for MongoDB. And in my current organizations, I have purely worked in the back end as a backend developer, and here I have used Core Java, Java 8, MongoDB, Spring Boot. Yeah, and currently I'm working in the product tax TNG under submodule agency exchange. Agency exchange is nothing but the state verification process. It is an exchange by which paychecks obtain sui rate of frequency, like deposit frequency, on behalf of our clients. Usually, state verification process are processed every quarter, but there are some agencies which will process once in a year. uh, uh, yeah like certainly this state verification process does not leverage all the informations that being written by the agency. So in the paycheck system will consume all these additional informations, and it will ensure that timely and accurate filing and also payment remedies. This will improve the relationship between the agencies. So we are basically filing the tax for the small scale industries.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's start with the core Java.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, my first question, why Java is not pure object oriented language? Can you
Yeah,
explain about that?
yeah, we have a primitive data types where primitive data types are not considered as the object. Here, everything is like we will operate with the objects only, but primitive data types we are not considering it as a object. To make to wrap it around to wrap the primitive data types, we brought wrapper classes.
Okay,
So it
okay,
is.
okay, okay. So, what is difference between heap and stack memory in Java, and how Java utilize this? Can you explain about that?
Yeah, like, shall I give an example and explain it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yes, yes.
yeah. Considering the string only, string we can create in two different ways, like a string literals and new by using the new operator keyword.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we will create with the string literals, like string str equal to some like for example Sneha, I'm assigning it.
Mm-hmm.
That time how it works, it in the heap memory we have a string constant pool. It will check whether in the heap that value is already present. If it is present, it is using that only. But in when we are when we are creating with the new object keyword, it will create a new object and insert into the stack, so that that stack will reference to the that value in which present in the heap.
Okay.
Like that it will work.
So your JVM is a part of stack or a heap?
JVM is present in the heap memory.
How?
uh, See,
If your JVM have in heap memory, so how main method will work? Public static void main.
he, uh,
I have just given you cross question. That's why.
uh, See, like stack means with the object it will operate, right? Like for the
No,
main
no. All your how many types of variables? You know class level variable?
global variables and local
No,
variables.
global and local is a part of Python.
Okay, instance and
Instance,
and
variable,
static variable.
class variable and local variable, you know.
Like class variables means class level we will declare and we will use throughout all methods.
if you
Local
have
means
if you have maintained all class level variable and method, it would automatically place inside the stack memory. So because of JBM is a part of stack memory. Heap just is a runtime entity. Once your program will start loading and start the running, then heap will active, will create a object and make it as a reference. You are writing the reference means you suppose your class A is equal to new A. Okay. So
mm,
A small a is a reference. That reference will present into the stack.
sorry, I got it.
Okay. So reference means here your class level method and variables are not called by the reference. It will called by the class name.
Okay.
So class name called means here no reference. So this all method and variables should be stored in the stack area. So your main method public static void is also part of stack because of JVM will identify this method, main method. If main method have, then the program will be executed. So
Mm,
why? Because of JVM and main method are is a part of stack. You are telling it is a part of heap. Hmm?
mm, yeah.
So you got exact answer?
Yeah. Basically, reference will be stored in the stack, like
Stack.
whatever. Huh.
Object means it is a part of heap. Heap nothing, just as a your you can say as a your hard disk.
Mm-hmm.
And stack is just as a buffer memory. It is also take space because a memory will take space. So, but it will store in the cache memory, you can say, or you can say as a stack memory.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, why we are not making all methods as a static? Why? Suppose you are writing a program. Okay,
Mm,
you writing a project. For example, you have a project and inside project you have 1000 method. Okay, because of some different kind of implementation have. So all method why you not make as a static? What is reason behind this?
uh, static. Like everything we need to maintain it as a static only, all variables and also methods, everything, because in such static method we will only use static we can only call the static methods or the static variables. So in that case instant.
So you know, no, you are not going the correct path. Why we are not making all method as static? Because of static method occupied to the stack area. So
Memory wise,
your performance will be downgrade
memory,
because of if you are using heap means instance method. Once they utilize parallelly your garbage collectors is running, it will distract to the object and release the memory. But
mm,
once your program, all methods have in stack, once you run the program, will call all static methods and variable inside the stack. It will loaded at one time. But
memory,
but instance method will not load as a at a once time. If you referring the particular reference, then will call. occupied the memory and release after finish the code.
Mm.
You know garbage collector?
Yeah, yeah. Once that variable, if we declare anything inside a method,
Hmm.
like variables,
Hmm.
once that function is done, after method calling is done, that will garbage collector will collect it by using finalize keyword.
Finalize keyword or system.gc.
So that memory will be saved. So it will not take memory from the.
Okay. If you are writing inside the code, that is okay. If you are not writing in code, by default garbage collector will run by default.
Mhm.
Garbage
Huh.
collector is not in the C term, it is a destructor. You know
Mm,
constructor and destructor in C++.
mm.
No idea. Huh? So
I
this is destructor.
okay.
Garbage collector is nothing, this is a distractor. But if you writing code in C++, so here need to be write a destructor, because of if you don't write destructor, so that
Mm,
if you once create the object, it will always occupy the memory because of no have destructor. So in Java has facilitated as a garbage collectors. If you declaring, that would be fast. If you are not declaring, so by default Java will call to the garbage collector. It will discard the unwanted object.
mm.
Hmm?
Yeah.
So you know overriding overloading concept.
Yeah. Yeah. Overriding is nothing but the method which we will override from the parent. The same method will be present in the parent, but whenever we will extend a child class, that time we will override that method. Like same method name, same parameters, but different behavior it will behave.
Hmm.
And overload is same method but different parameters, like whether it might be
So
a type
suppose,
or number. Huh?
okay, I got it your point. Suppose you have a class
Mm,
parent, okay?
mm,
Inside the parent have a public void display method
mm, mm,
and child extend to parent class. Here have a public void display method, okay?
mm,
Both
mm,
method have. Now I want to create object of class child. Child ch is equal to new ch, new
mm,
child. So
mm,
how do you call parent method?
mm.
Because of
Parent.
that is overridden method. Okay.
Okay. Like you are asking me, like parent method should be executed, not the child overrided.
No, no. A child and parent both have same method. Okay. Hello.
Your voice got break. Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Right
Yeah.
now.
Can you repeat? Like.
Yes. Your child and parent have same method, means parent child class overriding display method. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now I am just creating object of child class. Child ch is equal to new child.
Okay.
So
Huh.
how do you call parent method?
Uh,
Parent method means display. Suppose in parent method I have SOP parent method, okay, and child class method have like that child
but
method, SOP child method. So I want to print parent method.
as it is overridden, parent method will not be executed. Child method will be implemented, right? Because we are creating a new child. If it
Hmm.
is a new, like parent class, like parent reference and parent object, then we can call.
No, so but I want to call through child object. So how do you call?
So sorry, I don't know. because
You know the super keyword, this keyword.
super keyword we will use in the constructor, right? But for method,
Yo, why not you use? What is use of super keyword?
to call the parent class,
In the
like in the
child class.
constructor.
If you
Huh.
constructor you can call in the child class. So why you not call method?
Oh, okay. I didn't try it. I need to check that once.
Yeah, after this this discussion, you can try that. You will get the answer. You can use this keyword can be used only in the same class, but
Huh.
you want to call superclass method, so use to super keyword.
Okay, I will try once. I didn't know of it. Okay.
Hmm? Yeah, I think you did not like that use. That's why you confuse. But you can use. No, so
Yeah.
what is meaning of? What is meaning of this bit? That's because of I'm asking override. So what is meaning of I want to call through the child class method. Suppose I write the different method. So different method if I am writing in super class, so you can call through the child class, right?
I
So
didn't know.
why you not call the override method through the child class? We can call. We have mechanism. Only we can use super keyword.
Okay.
Hmm?
Yeah, I will try once. In the constructor I have used, but method, I will try and check once.
Okay, so suppose I will ask the similar question to you.
Mm,
Parent class have a parent constructor.
mm,
Means constructor is a parent. And child class extend to parent class. We have child constructor.
mm,
So I create the object of child class.
mm.
Child ch is equal to new child. So which
Okay.
constructor will call first? Parent
First,
class or child class?
parent class constructor, because in the starting first line of the constructor, by default parent class constructor will be called.
So if you know about this, so why you confuse in overriding? Eh?
Yeah, in method I didn't know we can use. I like
Okay,
usually.
okay, okay. Let's see. Move on. Next question.
Yeah.
Static. Static method you can override.
Uh, 1 second. Static. I think no, because there is some reason. 1 second. What was the thing? When we will override with the parent,
Why
we
you
can't.
why you confuse?
Static method will not be overrided,
Why?
but the thing is, by calling 1 second, once we override,
Because
uh,
of static method called by class name. This is the
yeah,
simple answer.
yeah, but I was trying to explain that, but
But
uh,
I have asked two times, you have not given the answer.
no, while calling some issue will happen, I know, but I was thinking like how it will. Sorry, I was visualizing that code.
So you know exception.
Checked and unchecked exceptions we
So
have, and
what is
also
throwable class in exception? You know
throw
throwable?
throwable class is the like it is the main class of the exception. From that, we will have a error and exception. Like it is the main interface or class. Throwable is the main class in
Main
the
class means
uh, it is the head of the exception we can call. In throwable,
So
again we will have.
you can tell in simple word, throwable is a super class
Huh,
of
it is a
exception
super.
class.
Yeah, it is a super
Because
class.
of head and main class, it is not a correct meaning, right?
Yeah, it is.
Suppose I
Huh.
will tell you what is the super class of all Java class.
Object
So
class.
similar way you can tell.
Yeah. Throwable
So
is the
object class how many method maintains? Can you give the example?
uh,
I am asking simple question to you. Hmm? Sneha.
yeah.
You from Odisha?
No, I'm from Karnataka only.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So, uh, so no have idea. You know, equal, hash code,
Yeah.
notify, huh?
Yeah, by default we will override all two string hash code equals to, yeah, sorry.
And two string.
Yeah, two string getters and setters. No,
No,
huh,
getter and setter is not a
that is
problem.
not. Hash code equals to two string and there are some more. So, yeah.
So, okay. So, exception you check. Can you give the example of checked and unchecked?
Yeah, checked exceptions are the compile time exceptions like IO exceptions, SQL exceptions. Like while writing only, we will get to know this method might throw the exception. But unchecked means runtime exceptions like null pointer, array index out of bound. Once we will execute, we will get to know like.
Suppose I will tell you make a custom exception class. So, how do you make it?
Yeah, by extending the exception class and in the constructor we will call the superclass constructor by passing the message which we want to display when this exception is thrown.
Okay. You know serializable and deserializable.
Mm, sorry, like I'm not remembering.
Serialization and deserialization. You know the file handling, you are writing the code for reading the CSV.
Uh,
No, I have written.
like in my last organizations, I used, but I'm
This
not
is
remembering.
this is common question.
Like to encode that
Encode decode. That is the serialization and deserialization.
yeah, to encode the code and
If you are writing, that would be serialization. If you are reading, that would be deserialization. Reading object, writing object.
yeah.
Hmm?
Mm,
Read input object. Read uh, read input object means if you read input object,
mm,
read output object. You can say output object and input object. Suppose input object you have a file CSV. You
mm.
want to write something. You can write. So this is transient variable and volatile variable.
Yeah, non-changeable and like changeable. Volatile means
So
non-changeable.
what is the basic features in Java 8?
uh, uh, Stream APIs, and we brought the static and default methods introduced into the interface,
Hmm.
functional programming, and method references,
Hmm.
and optional also came in the Java 8.
So what is use of optional class?
In optional there are three like optional dot empty, optional dot off, optional dot of nullable.
Hmm.
Whenever we are sure like this object doesn't like it will not return any null value, that time we can use optional dot off. So otherwise it will throw a null pointer exception. Optional dot empty means it will return the empty object like empty it will create an empty object of it. Optional dot off nullable means combination of these two. It will check if it is not a null value, then it will return the object like by using optional dot off. If it is if it it may contains the null, that time optional dot empty is called and it will return the empty object of it.
Okay. So, you know what is difference between equal operator and equal methods?
Huh. Equal method, like equal operator means it will check with the values, whatever that value is considered.
Hmm.
Equals means that hash code means behind the scene that address value where it is stored, that address whether it is both that the object is same or not. Whatever object will be created, right, inside stack we have that whatever address value, whether it is same object or it is only same like if it is same value also it will return false. It will
So, so
huh.
what is lambda expression?
Lambda expression is nothing but the expression through which we can represent the anomalous function.
Hmm.
To achieve the functional programming, we use this like functional interface are given reference to this lambda expression.
And what is the functional interface?
Functional interface is nothing but which interface has only one abstract method and it might have multiple static or default methods.
Okay, multiple static and default method. Only
Huh.
can declare only one object method, right? In functional interface.
Yeah, only one.
Suppose I want to add one more object method, so what will happen?
It will throw a compile time like that. It will not consider as a functional interface. It
Hmm.
is a normal interface. If we denote that at annotated functional interface on top of it, it will then
Suppose I have annotated at the right functional interface. Then what will happen?
compilation error like compiler will tell remove this annotation because it is not a functional interface if
Okay.
it has two abstract.
So you know map and flat map differences
uh
in Java
yeah
8.
yeah, 1 second. Map is generally used to convert in like map to int, like converting one kind of data types into like it is reducing.
Hmm.
Flat map is something like it will process it will perform some operation and throw out that list and result into one uh, de- result, desired result output.
Okay. Okay. So in collection framework, okay.
Hmm.
So you know collection and map. What is difference between map and collection?
Collection like map is not extending the collection. Map has a key value pair
Hmm.
where we can store corresponding keys and values. In collection only one
Hmm.
collection of some set of objects we can store.
Okay.
And
You know list.
huh?
So list is a interface or class.
List is a interface. Linked list, array list, those are all the extended class.
So why we are using collection in Java programming? Have any region specific?
To store objects and to perform some operations on objects. Like if we are using array means,
Hmm.
that time what will happen whenever you will add or you will access, like if you add only to the object, it will create new array and it will copy everything. But here how it is, like array list something, it is a dynamic, like whenever you will add more like by default 10 is the default size of it. If you
Hmm.
add more than that, it will resize, like load factor will come into the picture, so it will double the size and then it will store, so that the memory consumption might be, and also performance might ready
So,
like
what is the difference between iterator and list iterator? You know,
uh, list iterator.
iterator and list iterator.
Sorry, I don't know. Iterator means it will iterate throughout it.
No,
List it.
iterator class also have in collection framework. So only you give the one differences, not a problem.
List iterator. Uh, Iterator means it will check whether next object is present, then it will go to the next.
List iterator, iterator only traverse element to forward direction only. List iterator traverse element in backward and forward both directions.
Oh, okay.
So this is the main difference. Means suppose you want to get the previous value or
Mm.
something, so you can use the list. List iterator if you want to get next value, so next and previous both we can find through the list iterator, and iterator only give the next element if you want to iterate it. That is only difference.
Okay.
So, what is difference between list and set?
List can have a duplicate value if you add on it. Set will maintain the unique elements inside it.
So,
And
why unique element add? Why set? What is the reason behind this?
to re uh,
So, how much you have experience, Sneha?
4 years.
So, I think you should know. I'll think about that. Hmm?
uh, s- uh,
No, you set, you don't know. Set is a bucket. It is work on based on the linked list concept. First, we'll evaluate the highest code. uh, Okay, highest code based on the put the value in node with highest code and equals value. If
yeah,
highest
I
code and
know.
equals are same, it will take it as a current value.
Yeah, I know. Like basically, it will pass.
I have asked related to only as said. Actually, I want to ask the internal implementation of Hi, has
Uh,
map, but I have asked through the has said, but you like that.
Yeah, no, I know internal implementation of set like hash set. Like basically, it will pass that key to the hashing method,
Hmm,
so that it will return the index value of that bucket where we will store.
hmm.
If there already element is like, first it will call the equals method whether that element is present or not. If like their element is present, then next to that it will attach till 8. 8 is the threshold frequency. If 8 nodes are attached back to back, then red black tree balanced tree is called. It will stored in the tree. uh,
Okay, Okay, so now I am moving in the database side. Okay,
Huh?
so database side, suppose I will ask you, you know the basic things about the database tables. Um, um, you know how many types of joins,
Inner join, left join, and right join.
right join. Have any another joins?
Like natural join is also a kind of
Self
uh,
join,
self.
cross,
It will join with itself. Huh?
cross join.
Cross join.
Hmm.
Sorry, I don't know cross join.
No,
Self and
cross join is also have,
okay,
but because of due to the performance reason, no one is using to cross join,
okay.
but have cross join. So you know cursor, procedure, function. No,
Uh, Sorry.
you have done some kind of performance improvement in database tables.
Indexing we will use basically to make the column like
Okay,
uh,
so indexing is a better choice
no, if multiple columns are there, it is not a better choice.
because of if your table have operational crude operations is happen. So
Mm.
index is a good idea.
No, like for when it has a multiple column, we need to apply a indexing for multiple columns. It is not.
Hmm. So what you will follow next step? Suppose you want to improve the database table performance. You know partitioning.
Yeah, sorry. Shading is the word we are using for that. Like partitioning means the table again we are dividing into two, but we will maintain one column common in it.
Hmm.
So basically that two tables we will divide, right? Whenever we want to query, that time the number of columns
So
is
you telling about the normalization. You telling about the normalization. Suppose you have habit tables, you can divide in two tables, means reduce the number of columns. So this is not a good idea. Suppose someone has already done the same thing. In your one table have 10 columns. 10 column is not a max column. Okay. So here we can maintain 5 to 6 million record because of this all data because of column is less, so size will be not constrained because of that table would be lightweight, but but we are trying to search the record, so in that time we are getting so millisecond for finding the individual records. So in that cases it will be impacted. So now we want to improve that performance of this table. So what logic you will apply? Suppose your memory and everything have sufficient. Everything something like that have. So you can use partitioning. Partitioning is a part of bucket mechanism. Bucket means you can make it as a one bucket, 1 to 10,000 record, 10,001 to 20,000 record, 20,001 to 31,000 record. So it would be, if you want to like that, 1 to 1 lakh record in one bucket, as per your convenience, you can make it as a partition. So what will happen if your search query will fire? So first it will look in first bucket, it will be search fast because of it will go inside the one bucket, then go in another bucket, go in another bucket. So it will lightly it will search the record.
okay.
Okay, because of here reduce the number of record. Otherwise it will go by the indexing. Check the first index, second index, third index, then we'll get the result. So in that time it will take so much time comparison to the partitioning.
Okay.
Hmm? So you know in a Spring Boot, you told me I know the Spring Boot.
Yeah, since 1 year I'm using, like I'm working in the Spring Boot project.
So you know the at the rate Spring Boot application annotation. What is use of this? I will ask only this question to you.
Yeah, at the rate Spring Boot application is the it will tell like this is the starting point of the project. Like there the program will start calling,
Hmm.
and three annotations it will include at the rate component scan, at the rate enable auto configurations,
Hmm.
and one component scan annotation auto configurations, and one more is.
Enable auto configuration.
Enable auto configurations means
So
basically it will
how will work
how
enable auto configuration? Enable auto configuration.
like it will check whatever configurations are done in the project, like through the Java based configurations we can do, like we will
No,
create a
no.
way.
Enable auto configuration work only simple. If you have any component you have not marked as a component or service class or something, it will mark as a at the red bean. Initialize at the red bean internally. This is the role of this.
It will scan whenever component scan will scan all the
Component
classes that
com,
time being of.
scan component is a part of scanning the repository only.
No, I think it.
Repository means you have make it package.
Yeah,
It
I
will
know.
scan the package. If the package is not found, it will give the error. So this is the role of scan component. And configuration, you know, at the red configuration, it will do the configuration automatically. This is the
But
separate role of all these three annotations.
But component scan is something like whatever classes are mentioned as a at component, it will create a bean of that, right?
No. You wrong because of you can read out after this. You get the idea. Scan component nothing. Only read the repository. Inside the repository, that class is found or not found. If class is not found, it will give the error.
Repository means for DAO for making
Repository
the.
means as a package. Suppose you have written
Yeah,
com dot any name xyz dot model. You are writing model
for
class. If you are
models.
writing repository class, if you are writing service class, you are writing a controller class. So all these things you writing in separate package. So it will scan the package and find out the class. This is only role of this, finding the class. This package structures is proper or not. Suppose your main class have com dot xyz. Here you have a main class where we have a public static void main method. Okay. So thereafter, if you are writing, I am just giving example. I am not telling about that. If you are writing, you write a com, and thereafter you write a class, model class, service class, controller. In that cases, it will be fail because of your main class will not find out the exact package. Exact package should be great after main class. So your main class have been com.xyz. So your other package should be com.xyz.model.controller. So this kind of package should be there. Then it will scan it and exist that. You make this program, you will get the better answer.
Yeah, but I learned it as a sorry.
No, you learn, but this is not a role of writing something, marking bean or something. Scan component, you know the scan. Scan means, what is the meaning of scan? Scan means reading. The
Yeah.
component means class,
Yeah.
package. Package is a collection of classes,
Mm-hmm.
right? So this is the work. I am just giving the definition one by one word. Scan means reading, component means is a collection of classes, reading the collection of classes. So collection of classes is have with the particular package. So it
Mm-hmm.
will scan the package component, package. Inside the class is have or not. If class is found, then enable auto configuration will mark as a at the red bean. If nothing, you have marked as a component or repository or something like that. So enable auto configuration will do that, this activity. Okay, I think you got the idea.